All right, welcome to Your Profit. I am your host, Certified Life Coach Toledo Joe. And on today's show, I'm going to do some squeezing. All right. We're going to squeeze some more money out of your budget. Okay. There's so many people that come to me and say, I don't have enough money. How am I going to budget when I don't have enough money? How am I going to pay my bills when I don't have enough money? Where am I going to get this money? Well, you actually have it. Okay. And it really didn't dawn on me until I started running the numbers. Now, I used to go to work every single day. On my way to work, I would grab 2 Pops and a honey bun. Okay. And as you can tell, if you see me, you can tell I ate a lot of honey buns. Okay. I love my honey buns, but I don't eat them much anymore. I don't think I've had one in probably coming up on a year. I mean, of course I've had other, good stuff, but anyhow, I'm drinking the water now. I'm drinking water now, and it's actually working. I'm losing weight. And last time I checked, I was down probably 7 to 10 pounds, which is awesome. I'm still doing the DDPY yoga. I'm cut out my pop. I drink hardly any pop, or if y'all down south call it soda. But anyhow, I used to drink on my way to work. I would stop and get 2 Pops and 2 honey buns. Okay, and you think, well, yeah, big deal. But we could squeeze that down a little bit. If you still want to do that, that's fine. But let's look at the numbers here. So at the gas station, they run sales on 20-ounce pops for like 2 for $2.22. Okay, so that comes out to this is amazing. This is going to blow your mind. That comes to, for the 2 Pops each day for a week, it's $11.10. Okay, you think big deal? $11. I'll spend that on pop. It comes out to $577 a year. Okay. The honey bun, I honestly can't remember the exact price, but I'm saying $1.50 for the honey bun. That's $7.50 a week. So that's $397 a year. So if you bought a honey bun and a pop, and 2 Pops each day, that's $940 a year you're spending on your pop and honey bun. Okay. So you still can do that, but let's do it this way. Instead of going to the gas station every morning and getting it, let's go to Kroger's. Okay. I'm checking with Kroger's. I'm sure there's different prices at different stores, but with me, I just went to Kroger's and looked at the price. You can get a 8-pack, 3 for $10. Okay. So that's $3.33, basically a week. Okay. We'll say. So that comes out to $173 a year. Okay. By doing that on the pop, you're saving $403.67 a year. On the honey buns, you get a 6-pack of honey buns at Kroger's for $1.99. That's $103.48 a year. $286 savings. If you go that route and you buy at Kroger's or whatever store, but I'm just using Kroger's prices, you're saving yourself $690.19 a year just by doing it that way. Okay. So it's over $600 a year you're saving if you just shop and buy it in advance instead of stopping every morning and doing it. Now, you can save even more if you don't buy 2 Pops and a honey bun. Stick to water. Cut out the honey buns. If you want, buy a banana or something if you have to eat some. But I did that. I cut out the honey bun and the Pops. I feel better. I have more energy. I'm drinking the water, like I said, which I'm used to now. It's like, it's so weird. I used to be so addicted to pop, and I cut that out, and it is saves your body a lot. helps you lose weight. So I did some digging also. Now, I don't drink coffee, okay? But I did some digging because I have some friends that cannot live without their Starbucks coffee in the morning. I couldn't believe how much they spend on their Starbucks coffees in the morning. If you want coffee, buy a coffee maker or stop at Speedway and buy coffee. I don't know how much it costs, but Starbucks lattes, $2.95. Now, it may be different where you're from, but I just looked up the prices in Toledo. Okay. The Grande is $3.65. So you're looking at $14 and $18 a week. Okay. So if you bought the Grande for a whole year, that would be $1,339 a year you're spending on coffee. $1,339. It's $1,339 a year. Think about what you could do with it. If you put that money, okay, I'm going all Dave Ramsey on you. If you took that money and put it in a growth stock mutual fund for 10 years, you'd be a millionaire or something close to that. But anyhow, so that's what I'm saying. If you don't have to cut out everything, just do your shopping a little different. Okay. If you're stopping at Speedway or Circle K on your way into work, you're spending top dollar for the convenience. But think of it this way too. If you just went to Kroger's on a Sunday night, like I have to, and bought your food for the week, you still have that time where you don't have to stop every morning. You can stay at home for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. You know, it's not much, but it helps. All right, so let's talk about budgeting a little bit. Okay. The important thing about budgeting, and I'm not going to get totally into it on this episode. We're going to have an episode strictly on budgeting, and I'll walk you through it. I'm not good at it yet. I'm working on it. I'm getting there, but honestly, I'm not good at it yet. But I will be. So let's talk budgeting. The big thing is what they call the four walls, okay? You have to maintain your four walls, which is food, shelter, utilities, and transportation. And then sometimes clothing is in there. But I don't know how to say this, but you don't need to go out and buy new clothing every week. You have clothes. Unless your kids have like this ultra growth spurt, then you have to buy clothes every week. But don't worry about clothing yet, okay? So the four walls: food, shelter, utilities, and transportation. Let's break this down a little bit. Food, basic, good food. Don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars a week on food. And here's something that really hurt me. Stop going to restaurants. That's where it's killing you. It's killing you to go to restaurants financially. So for now, while you're trying to get out of debt, no more restaurants. Dave Ramsey always says you don't want to see the inside of a restaurant unless you're working there. But it's true. I've been going to restaurants a lot lately because we're taking my mom out to dinner a lot and stuff. And I told her, I said, why don't we, instead of going to restaurants, just invite everybody over? Okay. And it's kind of more intimate that way. But anyhow, don't go to restaurants. Don't go to restaurants. I'm telling you, it's going to save tons of money. All right. So good quality food. Look for sales. Look for coupons, all that stuff. Okay. All right. So another thing, shelter. So your number 2 is shelter after food. Pay your rent. Make sure your rent or your house payment is on time. And later on, we're going to talk about paying extra on your house payments. But that's once you're out of debt. Okay. Don't pay extra on your house payment until you're out of debt. Number 3, utilities. Basic utilities doesn't mean that you have to have the super duper cable bill. Basic cable, even if you have cable, basic. And you're thinking, Joe, I can't do that. I cannot live without my HBO and all that, my Prime Sports, my boxing packages, all that. Yes, you can, for now. Later on, when you're out of debt, your house is paid off, yeah, go nuts if you want. But for now, basic utilities such as basic cable, even if you have cable. Some people are running without cable. Some people have the little antenna they put on the wall. Still works. Don't have a cable bill. And I'm telling you, I checked with my mom to see how much she's paying for cable. I couldn't believe it. Her cable bill is way over $100. And she doesn't have the internet. She doesn't have a cell phone. She just has cable. And I couldn't believe how much she's spending. She's spending about the same amount of money as I am through AT&T, and I've got the dish, I've got the cell phone, internet, all bundled together. So another thing that you want to do is you want to lower your utility bills, okay? And this is real easy. This only takes a little bit of extra effort on your part to lower those heating bills and stuff, especially now. As the time of recording this, it's November 2nd. It's getting cold out. So the things you can do is you can put plastic over the windows. It's kind of janky, I know. But if you do it right, sometimes you can't even see it. I do have in my bedroom, which you can't see, in my bedroom, I've got plastic over the windows. I've got plastic in the studio here on the windows, except for the one behind me right now. That one there has a cable going out to the deck, which I'm going to take out and all that jazz. But put plastic over the windows. It helps. It really does. Walk around your house on a cold, windy day and feel for drafts. Find the drafts. I could not believe it when I went around my house and I did this. I had so many drafts. It was ridiculous. The big one that I never would have even thought of. My bedroom was always cold. Okay. I got down around the floor, and where the carpet meets the wall, there was so much cold air coming through there. I couldn't believe it. It was like having a 1-foot hole in my wall. That's how much air was coming through. And how I fixed that was I just went to Lowe's and I bought some trim it's like $10 for 12 foot. And some places are even cheaper. Menards. Go to Menards. It's like probably half price. And I put the molding up. And when I did it, I put up against the wall and then down to the carpeting and created that barrier where the air can't come through. Now, if yours is ridiculous, have your brother-in-law that fixes houses, have him come in and either he can put some of that spray foam in there or paint. You'd be surprised how much paint seals up the little cracks that air is coming through. And look around your windows. I know the window behind me here, along the bottom, there was a gap and there was air flowing in on a windy day. I mean, you could probably see the blinds moving because there was so much air. So I sealed up all that, and it lowers your utility bills. Another way to lower those utility bills is to go out and buy LED lighting. I changed all my light bulbs in my house to LED, and my electricity bill went down to like $26 a month, believe it or not. And that's with running the phone or the TV and the internet. And in the studio here, I do have the bright lights on now, but I usually don't have those on. But even then, there's cost-saving bulbs too. And also here's another thing. Go on, whoever you get your electricity from, go to their website and check and see if they have packages that they offer to you for free. I found out that, and I thought it was a scam, so I didn't do it. But go to your utility company, look on their website, and see if they offer cost-cutting packages. And lots of times they'll ship you LED bulbs. They'll ship you a thing to go around your water heater that's like a blanket around the water heater. If you don't know how to put it on, get your brother-in-law that fixes houses and have him put it on. Just make sure he does it right. Don't cover up where the air can, if you have a gas one, the air has to flow. But, check, and even check with your utility company to see if they'll put it on for you. They may, who knows? I don't know. But go around your house and look at things and try to figure out how you can lower your utility bills. And you don't have to live in the dark. Like I say, buy LED bulbs. They're so cheap now. And what I recommend, unless you really like the coloring, get the daylight bulbs. The daylight bulbs are like a bluish tint, but they really brighten up the house. So that's a few things to think about. Okay, where are we at? We are at utilities, and the last one is transportation. Is the last part of the four walls. Like I said, the four walls are food, shelter, utilities, and transportation, and sometimes clothing. But let's not talk about clothing right now. So transportation. This is a big one. And I know on Dave Ramsey's show, whenever he has someone call in to say they're really behind on their bills and all that, he asks, well, how much is the car payment? And you'd be surprised at how many times people are spending so much money on their cars. And right now, you shouldn't be. Right now, you're trying to get out of debt. You're trying to lose money or lower your bills. So anyhow, the average car payment right now in the U.S. is $550 for new vehicles, $393 for used vehicles, and $452 for leased vehicles. Overall, America owes more than $1.2 trillion in auto loan debt as of January 8th, 2020. $1.2 trillion. That's a lot. And you don't need it. And talk about leasing. Don't even lease. Don't lease. It's the worst way to own a car. I'll get into that later. But if you ever listen to Dave Ramsey, that's another thing he says about leasing. He calls it fleecing. But if you're leasing a car right now, see what it's worth. If you want to try to get out of it, there's certain ways to get out of it. If you're underwater on it, we'll talk about that later. Okay, but if you're leasing right now, I hate saying this because I don't want people to lease, but for now, just pay the payment, figure out how to squeeze the dollar a little bit out of the other things, and then we'll work on the lease later. So you don't need a car payment that's killing you. Okay, let's say you have a car payment and it's over a quarter of your income. I mean, that should be your house payment. Okay. There's too many people I know that have 2 car payments, and you don't need to. Okay. I know I keep saying that and I sound kind of flustered, but you really don't need car payments. Let's get rid of those car payments. Let's sell the cars. Let's use that money to buy yourself a good, reliable car for around $5,000 or even less if you can find something. And you can drive down the street and find those deals. They're out there. Get online, go to used cars, go to private owners. I recommend private owners over dealers. But if you have to, get yourself a good, reliable car for $5,000 or under. And I looked it up here. The average car payment for 3 years is $146 a month. If you're paying $400 to $500 or $300 to $500 a month on your car now, sell the car. It's just temporary. Get yourself something reliable until you get out of debt. If you have to get a loan for 3 years or whatever, but pay it off as fast as you can. Gazelle intense. Get that car paid off. But if you have to have 2 cars, if you and your wife need a car, the most important thing is make sure the wife has the better of the 2 cars. Okay? So I just want to get on today and tell you a little bit about saving money and squeezing money out of your weekly payments. Let's squeeze those dollars to make this your year of profit. Like I said, I couldn't believe how much I added up, how much I'm wasting every day on different things such as 2 bottles of pop and a honey bun. And I know it's kind of trivial, but anyhow, that's what I tell people, is because that's what I did. And I was spending that money. And I couldn't believe it when I added up how much money I was spending. Was that pop and a honey bun, $940 a year? Think about what you can do with that. That's a car payment there, I guess. I don't know. So anyhow, thanks for tuning in this week. We'll go over the budget a little better later. But for now, don't worry about doing your budget and all that. But let's go around the house and see how we can start squeezing those dollars out of your daily payments. Whether it is switching to water, which, I mean, I buy the jugs of water from Kroger's. It's 89 cents a gallon. Okay, because my tap water is horrible. I don't like drinking it. But it saves me a ton of money, and I want to save you a lot of money. So take this week to go around and just look at the different things that you spend money on. If you want, write it down and try to figure out how to squeeze some money out of your daily budget. And let's make this your year of profit. Okay? So anyways, thanks for tuning in this week. I hope you have a great week. Squeeze those dollars. All right? Let's leave with a little bit of rehab from 60 Second Crush. See you, everybody.